Pioneer fans, Pioneer men's varsity hockey is live and on the air. We are live at the Ann Arbor Ice Cube, here where it is the final game of the Dan Jilek Ann Arbor Cup Tournament, where it is your Pioneer team taking on Father Gabriel Richard. Thus far, the standings are thusly: Pioneer has won 2 games, so they have 6 points. If they're able to win this game versus Father Gabriel Richard, they would have the Dan Jilek Ann Arbor Cup. If Father Gabriel Richard wins, they have a tie and a win, so they have 4 points. They would have 7 points. So they would win if they win. So this game decides who wins the Ann Arbor Cup. Skyline just beat Huron, so they tied Father Gabriel Richard for a point, beat Huron for a point. That gives them 4 points. That puts them in 3rd place. And then Huron was unable to win a game. Therefore, they have 0 points in this tournament. It was a 9-3 win by Skyline in the game before this. So far, Pioneer 6, Father Gabriel Richard 4. Skyline actually has 4 as well, but they can't get any more points. And then it is Huron at the end. So if Pioneer can tie or win, they win the Ann Arbor Cup. If Father Gabriel Richard wins, they win the Ann Arbor Cup. So big game here. Now, one of the big things that came along with this was the best in flow. That was between all 4 teams competing for the best flow, and people could donate $1 for a vote to compete. All the donations went to the Miles Jeffrey Roberts Foundation. That's a foundation that focuses on mental health and suicide prevention for especially youth in sports. So very, very noble cause. And the standings are thusly, I believe, I don't think you can donate any more right now. In 4th place is Father Gabriel Richard with 945 votes on 15 donations. Huron is in the number 3 spot with 1,075 votes on 18 donations. Skyline takes the number 2 spot in the best in flow with 1,845 votes on 27 donations. And Pioneer takes the lead, $4,380 raised on 67 donations. Thank you to everybody from every team that donated. Thank you so very, very much. It is a very, very good cause, named after a Skyline player who tragically took his life at the age of 15, and hopefully with this mental health support and suicide prevention, things like that can be limited in the future. So thank you to everyone who donated to this very, very worthy cause. If you want to donate without the best in flow, always keep an eye out on the mjrfoundation.org. They're a very, very good foundation, and we would love to continue to see folks supporting them. But Pioneer does take it by a country mile. I am so very proud of all the Pioneer folks and everyone out there who donated when they could to this fantastic cause. So thank you very, very much. I don't know if there'll be an official trophy or anything like that, but Pioneer walks away with that piece. They want to walk away with the banner at the bottom of the Dan Jilek Ann Arbor Cup Champions banner across the way. Currently, it is Father Gabriel Richard. They have their green banner underneath it. It was purple a couple of years before that. We're looking to make it purple again, but they have a very, very good Irish team in front of them. Pioneer 6-1 on the season. Started off with a 4-3 win versus Riverview Cabrini. They beat Divine Child 5-2. They beat Cabrini again, this time at home, 8-3. They beat Saline the day before Thanksgiving, the 22nd of November. That was a 2-1 win. Their one lone loss was over versus Lenawee at the Arctic Coliseum. That was a 4-2 win by Lenawee. That is Lenawee, a newer team out there. They just came into the league a couple years ago and really have made big strides with the team. So congratulations to them. All the folks in the Adrian area certainly deserve a high school team to play for. So that is great. Then they beat Huron in the first game of the tournament. That was a 6-3 win by Pioneer. And was back on the 5th. And then taking a look back on the 7th, it was versus Skyline. That was a 5-0 win. We'll talk more about that coming up. Today they have the game versus Father Gabriel Richard. Then the 14th, Pioneer will be down at the Toledo Ice House. That is an 8 p.m. game. Come on down there. We should have the broadcast for that. They will be hosting Gross Eel. It will be here at 7 p.m. at the Ann Arbor Ice Cube on the 20th. On the 22nd, they will face Saline. That is a to-be-determined time. And then on the 23rd, they will have the Lenawee Showcase. That will be away over at... That's a good question. I'm not sure where that's at, if it's at Arrington Ice Arena or if it would be over at Chelsea. So we'll effort to get a little bit more information about that. But that's on the 23rd, time to be determined. Talking about the game versus Skyline, Pioneer had the first goal. It was a power play goal at 14-16 as Yang got the scoring going. Then at with 6:58 left to go in the first, it was Nolan Miller who scored to put Pioneer up 2-0. Then at 4:19, it was Armstrong who got the goal to put Pioneer up 3-0. At 3:21 left to go in the first, it was Yang who got his second goal of the game, giving him a brace. The assist was to Commuton. Commuton had a couple really good shots. The rebound came out to Yang, who buried it. So that gave it Pioneer a 4-0 lead. Then with 15:35 left to go in the second, it was a goal by Brendan Stone, who finished off the scoring, making it 5-0 Pioneer. If we take a look across the way over to the right, the Father Gabriel Richard student section is well in attendance, all wearing black clothing over to the right. Pioneer has a couple students over to the left. The team hoping there'll be a few more coming in, but a student crowd early arriving for Father Gabriel Richard. Taking a look at the top 5 scores for Pioneer, Commuton has 11 points on 7 goals and 4 assists. 8 points for Yang. He has 5 goals and 3 assists. In the number 3 spot is Armstrong with 4 goals and 2 assists for 6 points. And then a trio at number 4, as it is Gabe Sanborn with 2 goals and 3 assists for 5 points, as Nolan Miller has 2 goals and 3 assists for 5 points, and Max Friedman has 1 goal and 4 assists for 5 points. That's your top 5 point getters for Pioneer. It has been predominantly Houston between the pipes, and from what I could tell and put things up, he has about a 9.20 save percentage, which is fantastic. So he has been very, very steady between the pipes, and Pioneer is very, very grateful for that. Pioneer has scored 32 points. Their opponents have scored 16. Pioneer outscored their opponents by 6 in the first, 8 goals to 2. They outscored them by 3 in the second, 7 goals to 4. And then by 7 in the third, 17-10. So the third being Pioneer's best period. If you chip in 28 assists, Pioneer has 60 points. 18 assists for the opponents. That gives them 34 points. And then Pioneer, here we go. It's a 9.18 save percentage for Houston, which is a very, very solid save percentage out there. Taking a look, if we switch gears over to Father Gabriel Richard, they're 3-2-1 on the season. They started off beating Riverview Cabrini 8-0. They beat Huron by a score of 5-2. They then lost to Divine Child 3-1. And then they lost to Flint Powers. That was back on December 2nd, 7-1. Then they tied Skyline at the beginning of this tournament, which gave them a point, 2-2 tying Skyline. Then they beat Huron 9-1. So common opponents. Pioneer has beat one team that Skyline that Father Gabriel Richard has lost to. Father Gabriel Richard has beat a couple teams that Pioneer has by more points. So what does it mean? We don't know until the teams take the ice. It should be a very, very good game. These two teams are always exceedingly competitive when they play each other, and it's always a good contest. Let's talk a little bit about that Pioneer Huron game, which was the last game they played. Huron had a goal in the first, as the Irish had 3 goals in the first. Then the Irish had 4 goals in the second. So at the second intermission, it was 1-7 with the Irish with the lead, and then they scored 2 in the third to complete the mercy, 9-1, as the Irish come out onto the ice with their green sweaters. They have the black stripe across the middle. They have the FRG logo on the center, numbers in white on the sleeves and on the back. Pioneers in their white jerseys with the dark purple on the shoulders, numbers in dark either black or purple. That might be actually black across the sleeves, and on the back, black pants. And they have the Pioneer logo, the horse-drawn carriage logo on the front of the sweater. Taking a look at who scored for Father Gabriel Richard in that Huron game, as Stancil had 2 goals, a goal by Palmer, 4 goals for Dumpy, the captain, having a hat trick plus 1. Naughton had 2 goals, so that was 9 goals. Assists were 1 to Cusick, 1 to Jack Etter, 2 to Emmett, 2 to Dumpy. So Dumpy had a 6-point game. That's very impressive. David Etter had an assist. So 9 goals, 7 assists. It was Sorelli between the pipes for 40 minutes. Took 10 shots on goal, saved 9 of them in the win. Taking a look down there, trying to see. It looks like Kelly might get the start here, as Kelly is taking the shots at the beginning, but Sorelli back there as well. It has been predominantly Kelly with between the pipes. He has played 5 games as opposed to Sorelli playing 1 game. 230 minutes between the pipes, 2 wins, 2 losses, 1 tie for Kelly. He has faced 136 shots, saved 122 of them, 14 goals against for a very good 8.97 save percentage. Top point getters, Dumpy had a 6-point game in the last game. That doesn't hurt. He has 13 points on 8 goals and 5 assists. Number 2 is Emmett with 8 points on 3 goals and 5 assists. 2 people with 7 points, that would be Naughton, who has 3 goals and 7 assists, and Stancil, who has 3 goals and 4 assists. So, 4 goals and 3 assists for Naughton, 3 goals and 4 assists for Stancil. And then rounding out the top 5 is going to be David Etter. He has 5 points on 2 goals and 3 assists. Father Gabriel Richard has outscored their opponents by 4 in the first, 10-6. They've outscored them by 6 points in the second, 11-5, and then only by 1 goal in the third, 5-4. 26 goals by Father Gabriel Richard, 15 by the opponents. If you chip in 31 assists, Father Gabriel Richard has 57 points, 25 assists for the opponents. They have 40 points. Taking a look at the save percentage, Father Gabriel Richard has a combined save percentage between the 2 goalkeepers of 8.97. The opponents have an 8.88 save percentage. As everybody out getting ready, we do want to talk a little bit about the reason we have this tournament, which is the Dan Jilek Ann Arbor Cup tournament. And if I pull up here, Dan Jilek was a former Michigan football player and a Buffalo Bill football player. He built a successful insurance company, and he passed away while working out at an Ann Arbor health club. He was 48 at the time. A quote by his coach, Bo Schembechler, says, Dan exemplified everything you want in a college football player. Former Michigan coach Bo Schembechler said, you want a great athlete, someone with a tremendous character, a good student, a guy who graduates and raises his family and is successful. There he is. He exemplifies all you want. Jilek earned a bachelor's and master's degree from Michigan. He played for the Wolverines from 72 to 75. And if we take a look at his Wikipedia, he was a linebacker. And if I can try and get rid of the donation page for Wikipedia really quickly. He was born in Cedar Rapids, Iowa, went to Stevenson High School in Sterling Heights, Michigan, played linebacker for the University of Michigan, and then from 76 to 79, he was a Buffalo Bill. So that's just a little bit about Daniel Douglas Jilek, whom this tournament is named after. We are very, very grateful for all the people he affected in his life in this area, in the Buffalo area. The man did a lot of good work, and we are very proud to have his name up on the banner across the way. While both of these teams are getting warmed up, we have about 5 minutes as we are counting down. Let's play a few messages from the MHSAA. Then we'll get going with your starting lineups and puck drop. This is the final game of the Dan Jilek Ann Arbor Cup Tournament. And the winner is determined in this game. A win or a draw gets Pioneer the cup, and a win gets Father Gabriel the cup. Here's some messages from the MHSAA.
Sportsmanship has never been more important between the lines in athletics and outside those lines in our communities. To listen, to respect, to understand, to practice common decency, to have competition without contentiousness. Sportsmanlike qualities are essential components of life itself. Let's all work together to not only be good sports, but good people. A message from the Michigan High School Athletic Association, promoting the value and values of educational athletics. Have we gotten to the point where at some high school game that an official has finally had enough from coaches, players, and adults, pulls off the whistle, and offers it to you? Let's hope not. There's no way you could do a better job. It's on everyone to promote good sportsmanship. So before you blurt something out about that next close call, consider this. Without the officials, nobody wins. A message from the Michigan High School Athletic Association, promoting the value and values of educational athletics.
Nearly 2,000 of the state's top student athletes will be recognized for excelling academically and in school activities through the MHSAA's Scholar Athlete Award, underwritten by Farm Bureau Insurance. The applicants will be in the running for a total of 32 $1,000 college scholarships. Application materials are available exclusively online through the MHSAA website. A message from the Michigan High School Athletic Association, promoting the value and values of educational athletics.
Health concerns in high school sports go beyond physical injuries. The mental well-being of our young people is a hotter topic than ever before. The Michigan High School Athletic Association website has resources to help adults and students recognize potential problems and deal with them in a positive way. You can learn more about these mental health resources on the Health and Safety page of the MHSAA website. A message from the MHSAA promoting the value and values of educational athletics. Can you go anywhere and find an endeavor in society where we've come to accept and tolerate an adult, and even kids, treating another adult the way we allow spectators, coaches, and players to treat a high school game official? Can you? No one has the right to abuse game officials. So before you blurt something out about that next close call, consider this. Without the officials, nobody wins. A message from the Michigan High School Athletic Association, promoting the value and values of educational athletics.
Here are 5 more good reasons for multi-sport participation. Multi-sport athletes are more coachable. They have higher athletic ceilings. They become better talent in the long run. They have higher sports IQs. Their sport skills transfer, and they are better teammates. Multi-sport participation is cross-training for life. Learn more at the MHSAA website. A message from the Michigan High School Athletic Association, promoting the value and values of educational athletics. Here are 5 good reasons for high school multi-sport participation. Fewer overuse injuries, less opportunity for emotional burnout, exposure to different kids and coaches, exposure to different roles, and learning to compete better. Being a multi-sport participant can help a kid become a more well-rounded person. Multi-sport participation is cross-training for life. Learn more at the MHSAA website. A message from the Michigan High School Athletic Association, promoting the value and values of educational athletics.
As we are live at the Ann Arbor Ice Cube for the final between Pioneer and Father Gabriel Sharp for the Dan Jilek Ann Arbor Cup. We want to thank, by the way, the Pioneer women's hockey team are in attendance. They have their jerseys on down towards the front. They just had a big win, 2-1 over Traverse City, new high school team, coached by Taylor Lundberg, former University of Michigan women's hockey player. So exciting to see a new high school squad that women can be a part of up in the uppers of lower Michigan. And good win by the Pioneer women. And we appreciate to see them here cheering on the men's team. We do want to thank all the wonderful, amazing sponsors of Pioneer men's varsity hockey. That includes Alliant Chiropractic Center, Alpha Coney, Ann Arbor Doors Systems, the Ann Arbor Ice Cube, Ann Arbor Running Company, Big George's Home Appliance Mark, Carlisle Grill, DW Skate Shop, Edwards and Schaefer Orthodontics, Franklin Templeton, John Papelis and Company, Kindling Creative, Liberty Athletic Club, Liberty Dental, Dr. Kristen Johnson, DDS, Midwest Graphics and Awards, Paint Nail Bar, Ron's Garage, Stadium Hardware, Standard Printing, Terry Lloyd and Company, Real Estate Agent Angie Smith, VentCon, Washtenaw Dairy, and Washtenaw Promise co-founder Bob Ufer. So we want to thank the wonderful sponsors of Pioneer Men's Varsity Hockey. As, again, really full Father Gabriel Sharp student crowd. Pioneer's student crowd is getting bigger and bigger across the way. And good set of parents in here for both teams, as it's always a very well-attended game between these two squads. As they're getting all the pucks picked up, we'll have our starting lineup and the national anthems coming up. National anthem, and they have 17 minutes up on the clock, getting ready to go there. It is going to be Kelly who gets the start in net for Father Gabriel Richard. Father Gabriel Richard is the visitors. Pioneer is the home team.
The starting lineups for tonight's game. For the Fighting Irish, starting at forward, number 2, Will Amos.
As Amos starts off for Father Gabriel Richard.
At forward, number 16, Nick
Dunphy, leading scorer, captain with the team, skates out to the blue line. Nelson, the other starting forward, skates out to the blue line for the Irish.
On defense, number 6,
Husak, starting blue liner and alternate captain, skates out to the blue line. David Eder skates out to the blue line. He is also captain, a blue liner. And between the pipes is Kelly, who skates out to the blue line for the Irish. I know Clip Robert is the head coach. Now for Pioneer. Yang skates out to the blue line. Starting forward for Pioneer. Armstrong skates out to the blue line. Nolan Miller skates out to the blue line for Pioneer. Sanborn, starting blue liner for Pioneer, comes out. Finn Miller, starting defender, skates out to the blue line. And between the pipes is Houston. Pioneers head coach is Drew Collins. Assistant coaches Harrison Neiman and Jason Pitchke. Stephen Armstrong is the manager. Now, ladies and gentlemen, down in America, the playing of the national anthem. getting ready to go there. I think the Father Gabriel Richard student section just a touch early. They're used to a little bit more quicker tempo on the national anthem, but that's all right. It's nice to hear everyone singing along as we're getting ready to go. 17 minutes up on the clock. Pioneer going from left to right. Here, winner takes the Dan Jilek Ann Arbor Cup. Loser, and as a matter of fact, if Pioneer ties or wins, they take the cup. If Father Gabriel Richard wins, they win the cup. So we will see as we're coming back out. Pioneer gathered around their coaching staff. Father Gabriel Richard gathered around Kelly in the net. Houston skates down to our left. We're ready to get underway. As it is in to take the face-off. Nolan Miller in to take the face-off versus Dumpy. Into his right. That puck grab. Yang bringing it in. Yang gains his own top of the far circle. That shot deflected. Trying to get it. It goes in underneath into the near corner. Amos has it. Amos on the near circle, bringing it ahead. He loses an edge through the neutral zone. And Yang trying to get to it, brought in by Dumpy. Dumpy puts it just to the near side of the goal and along the near boards. Dumpy underneath the far circle. That comes back into the near corner of the Pioneer zone. Trying to pull it away. Pioneer in along the near boards. Amos trying to hold it in. Now Dumpy chips it back deep as the puck up and out of play. 16:27 left to go here in the first. 0-0 is our score for the Dan Jilek Ann Arbor Cup final. Face-off will be to Houston's right in the near face-off circle. As in to take the face-off. Commutin comes all the way back into the neutral zone, racing back to get it. Hamilton. Hamilton at his own blue line sends it across over to Mazzotti. Played back over by Emmett. Emmett back over to Mazzotti. That taken away. Here comes Commutin. Commutin on the far circle. Puck wouldn't settle down. Now trying to hold it in. Sutton grabbed, coming the other direction. Pulled ahead by Emmett. Emmett has it right in front of the Pioneer bench. Gets it over to Naughton. Naughton outside the far circle. Naughton trying to fire it in front. That goes through the slot. Over outside the near circle. Hamilton trying to fire it and deflected in along the end boards. Burns picks it up there. Fires it right through the crease. That banks off of the near boards. Sent back to the near point. There's a shot. Comes all the way outside of the far circle as Mazzotti has it into the far corner. He's knocked off of the puck. Battle for it. Underneath the near circle it goes. Kresge puts his man into the boards as a quintet of players trying to dig it off of the end boards here. Still trying to grab it. Kresge back in there, poking away. Mazzotti in there. I believe that's Naughton trying to pull it away as well. That comes back onto the near circle. Here comes Pioneer. Down the near boards of the neutral zone. Commutin has it. Commutin outside the near circle. Commutin into the near corner with it. Takes it back behind. Trying to knock it away was Emmett. The puck into the far corner. Sutton has it outside the far circle. Sutton puts it back into the far corner. Trying to pull it over was Garcia. The puck trying to grab it loose on the far circle. There's a shot that goes all the way outside the near circle. Picked up. Held in at the near point with a shot. And deflects off. Good shot by Rowe. As that puck comes right to center ice. Fired right back to the Father Gabriel Richard zone. Stopped by Kelly. Picked up in along the near boards. Bringing it at is Hamilton. Hamilton feeds it down the near boards over to Stansel. That knocked away by Rowe. Loose puck picked up through center ice. Here comes Pioneer as that's fired back deep by Sean Stone. Puck into the far corner. Picked up there by David Etter. Battle for it. David Etter tries to get it. Pulled back over. Coming down the near boards. David Etter gets it over ahead. Here comes Stansel. Stansel outside the near circle. Stansel goes back behind the goal. Stansel underneath the far circle. Sean Stone puts him into the corner. That puck outside the far circle lifted into the neutral zone. Intercepted by Husek. Now over to David Etter. Comes outside the near circle. Fires it. Goes into the far corner. Yang trying to get it out of the zone. The puck top of the far circle. Father Gabriel Richard holding it in. Now picked up. Yang loses an edge but gets it back into the neutral zone. And there is going to be a whistle. And we will have our first call of the game. That is going to be in the first penalty at 13:48. As into the box goes Stansel. I think there was interference, but I'm not positive. And puck outside the near circle. Pioneer on the power play as Sanborn gets it back to the near point. Nolan Miller puts it into the near corner. Sanborn back to Nolan Miller. Feeds it high. Slot that deflects off of Yang's skate. Lifted all the way back into the neutral zone by Naughton. And a whistle. They're going to call a hand pass there. It's going to come back into the Pioneer zone. 1:44 left to go here on the Pioneer power play. Faceoff is going to be in the near faceoff circle. That's going to be to Houston's right. Scoreless so far with 13:31 left to go in the first. That puck comes back to the near point. David Etter with a shot saved by Houston. Covers it up as Naughton was right on the doorstep. Ends up going over top of Houston into the net. Gets helped up. 13:27 left to go here in the first. Face-off again in the near face-off circle to Houston's right. Puck tipped back to the near point, held in by David Etter. Shot, Houston again. Covers it up. Face-off again will be in the near face-off circle. 4 more ticks of the clock off. It's now 13:23 left to go in the first. Still scoreless. Face off, back behind. Brendan Stone has it. Brendan Stone moves it in along the near boards. Bringing it ahead is Friedman. Friedman puts it down the far boards. Here comes Armstrong. Armstrong puts it deep. Puck into the near corner. Commuting trying to get to it. That fired right back into the neutral zone. Friedman has it at center ice. Down the near boards. Gets it ahead. Here comes Brendan Stone. Brendan Stone moves it down the far boards. Kresge at the far point. Kresge trying to dump it into the far corner. David Etter has it in along the end boards. That rimmed all the way around the near boards. That'll go all the way down on edge. Back into the Pioneer zone. Naughton trying to get to it. Moved back behind. Naughton has it in the far corner. Kresge trying to poke it away from him. Picked up by Sean Stone. Back behind his own goal. 50 seconds left to go in the Pioneer power play. Pioneer coming down the near boards. Banking it ahead. Here comes Commutin. Commutin gains his own. Commutin outside the near circle into the near corner. Commutin trying to get away. He loses his stick. The puck into the far corner. Friedman trying to pull it off. And held in at the far point. Moved over. Commutin in top at the near point. Comes top of the near circle. Commutin trying to move it into the slot. That pulled away by Emmett. Puck into the near corner. Commutin trying to grab it. There is a penalty. 20 seconds left to go. Elbowing the call. 20 seconds left on the Pioneer power play. As Commutin goes into the box. So 20 seconds of 4-on-4 hockey. Then Father Gabriel Richard will have their first power play. Back to Hamilton at the near point. High slot. There's a shot by David Etter. Coming back on the far circle. Yang trying to get it out of the zone. The puck in along the end boards. Trying to poke it away as Edwards. Puck comes to Yang. Yang feeds it back to the far point. Then slips back. 3 seconds left to 4-on-4 hockey. Father Gabriel Richard is now on the power play. Hamilton brings it into the zone, top of the far circle. Hamilton goes into the far corner, back behind the Pioneer goal. Hamilton into the near corner. He's pinned there, trying to pull it away as Sanborn. Now Armstrong trying to get it. Ames poking away at it, back into the near corner. Armstrong trying to dig it out there. The puck outside the near circle. There's a shot again by David Etter. Comes outside the far circle. Saved by Houston and able to corral it and cover it up. 11:24 left to go here in the first. Still scoreless between these two squads. 1 minute 17 seconds left to go on the Father Gabriel Richard power play. Face off in the far face off circle. That is to Houston's left. As Holt in to take the face off. Stansel on the other side. The puck loose on the far circle into the far corner. Burns has it there. Burns, top of the far circle. Over to David Etter. He takes a shot that got deflected out in front, but covered up by Houston. Emmett was right out in front on the doorstep. Houston able to see it and cover it up. Did an excellent job. 11:14 left to go here in the first. Face-off in the near face-off circle. Burns in to take the face-off for the Irish. Comes back in along the near boards. Trying to hold it in. That slips back in along the neutral zone. Picking it up. Husick has it. Top of the far circle in his own zone. Gets it over to David Etter down the near boards. David Etter, top of the near circle. David Etter. As it drops it back. High slot. Shot there by Emmett. Tip out in front. Couldn't find its way in the net. That in the slot. Trying to pull it away is Pioneer. Sutton trying to get it out of there. Burns with the shot. Covered up and a save by Houston. 10:45 left to go here in the first. Still scoreless. 38 seconds left to go in the power play to the Irish. Face-off in the near face-off circle to Houston's right. Dumpy in to take the face-off. Sean Stone on the other side for Pioneer. Comes top of the near circle. Back to David Etter at the near point. He puts it outside the near circle for Amos. Amos trying to get it. David Etter back. Back to the far point. There's a shot by Husick. That deflects in along the end boards. Into the near corner. Amos with it. Amos trying to move it back to David Etter. David Etter back to Amos outside the near circle. Friedman trying to watch it there. The puck right back behind into the far corner. As 10 seconds left to go in the power play. Jof watching it. Puck comes outside the near circle. Amos trying to get it into the slot. That pulled away. Chip now onto the near circle. Pioneer has killed off the power play. Killed off the penalty. David Etter coming down the far boards. Moved it over to Dumpy. That wouldn't come in. Amos loses the puck. And it squirts all the way back into the Father Gabriel Richard end. Quickly ahead, here comes Amos. Amos gains the Pioneer zone, top of the near circle. He takes it, loose, backhanded shot. That goes all the way into the far corner. Battle for it out, trying to pull it outside of the far circle. Husak puts it into the near corner. Pioneer trying to get it out of the zone. Peterson sends it ahead. Here comes Yang. And tip trying to get it is Nolan Miller back to the far point. Yang holds it in there. Father Gabriel Richard moves it over. Here coming through. Coming in is Naughton with a shot save. Up into the netting as Houston made the save. Face-off will be in the Pioneer zone. 9:19 left to go here in the first at the Ann Arbor Ice Cube. It is Pioneer versus Father Gabriel Richard. Winner wins the Ann Arbor Cup. Face-off outside the near face-off circle here at the Dan Jilek tournament. Puck in along the end boards. Kresge trying to pull it away. The puck into the near corner. Fed back to the near point to Hamilton. Hamilton moves it top of the far circle. There's a shot by Mazzotti. Rimmed outside the near circle. Naughton with it there. Trying to pull it away. Nolan Miller still digging outside the near circle. Back. Loose. Now back to the top of the far circle. Shot by Mazzotti. Goes wide. Comes right underneath the near circle, trying to dig it back. Nolan Miller sends it along the far boards. Held in by Mazzotti. Armstrong trying to knock it away. Still loose, top of the far circle. That shot goes underneath the far circle. Pulling it back behind. Naughton into the near corner with it. Outside the near circle. Yang fires it ahead. Here comes Pioneer. Yang ridden off the puck, but fires it back deep. That tip by Mazzotti. He has it outside the far circle, sets up the Irish rush. 8:23 left to go here in the first. The Irish over center ice. Mazzotti takes a rising shot that up into the netting. Face off in the Pioneer zone with 8:17 left to go here in the first. Live from the Ann Arbor Ice Cube. Final game of the Dan Jilek Ann Arbor Cup tournament. Face off in the near face off circle. Dumpy in to take the face off. Sean Stone on the other side. Excuse me, that was Holt on the other side. Comes outside the far circle. Trying to lift it back was Hudson. That tipped bouncing puck into the far corner. Sanborn trying to get it. Loose on the far circle. Backhanded shot. Save by Houston. 8:03 left to go here in the first. Father Gabriel Richard has 9 shots to none on the big board for Pioneer. As the Irish has really peppered Houston, who has been very, very good so far. Here comes Pioneer coming down. Hudson has it down the far boards. Hudson, it's lost in the skates, trying to move it over to Jones. That comes back into the neutral zone, bringing it ahead. Here comes Stansel. Stansel gets it outside the near circle. Edwards drives him wide. Stansel back behind the goal now underneath the far circle. Stansel right back behind the goal. Sends it back to the near point, top of the near circle. David Eder with the shot. Comes high, slot, shot there, deflects into the near corner, outside the near circle now. Trying to pull that away. Pioneer fires it all the way down the ice. That will be icing, but again, in high school hockey, you can get a line change on an icing call. So Pioneer will get a fresh set of 5 out there. College hockey and the NHL, and presumably the new women's professional league. Icing means you cannot change if you ice the puck. You can't get a line change. Face off in the near face-off circle. Commutin trying to get it away from Naughton. That comes to Hamilton. Hamilton with a shot that just goes high to the far side. Picked up. Quick shot by Palmer. Comes right back behind the goal into the near corner. Naughton takes it outside the near circle. There's lots and lots of pressure. Here comes, racing ahead. Garcia has it. Garcia outside the near circle. Dropping past Sutton with it. Sutton underneath the far circle. Sutton trying to get it. And puck loose. Sutton into the far corner. Sutton pulling it back. Sutton, top of the far circle. There's a shot by Commutin that deflects into the near corner. Outside the near circle. Rowe with a shot. Oh, that lifted all the way down the ice into the near corner. Icing waved off for some reason. Picked up back behind by Rez, trying to avoid pressure by Nelson. Rez coming ahead with it, sends it down the ice. Grabbed, picked up, fired ahead by Palmer, and offsides. Pioneer trying to clear the zone, but just couldn't in time before the puck came in. 6:36 left to go here in the first. Scoreless so far between these two squads. Irish with 9 shots on goal. Pioneer have yet to record a shot. Face off in the far face-off circle. That comes back into the Irish zone. Puck in along the near boards. Here comes David Eder with it. David Eder gains his own, top of the near circle, and deflects outside the far circle. Picked up there by Emmett. Emmett trying to get it off of the boards. Poked away back there. Jof trying to get that, and it comes right back behind the goal into the near corner. Trying to pull it back is Friedman, trying to get it away from Burns. That comes back in along the near boards. Bringing it ahead. Here comes Pioneer. Peterson puts it into the near corner. Peterson trying to knock that away. That comes outside the near circle. Back over. Pioneer into the near corner. Sean Stone trying to grip that. That fired all the way around by Jack Eder. Trying to pick it up as Emmett has it outside the far circle. Brought back. Right back behind the goal, now rimmed all the way around, trying to hold it in as Jove puts it into the far corner. Dumpy with it there. Dumpy back behind the Father Gabriel Richard goal. And puck comes down the near boards. Burns brings it into the zone. Burns outside the near circle. Burns with the shot. Stick save up into the netting by Houston. 5:34 left to go here in the first. 10 shots on goal by the Irish, none by Pioneer. With 5:34 in the first, scoreless so far. Father Gabriel Richard student section with the Florida State chant. I'm not sure what that has to do with the Irish, but that's okay. Face off in the near face-off circle. Trying to pull it away. Pioneer trying to fire it ahead. And loose, put back deep into the near corner, picking up Yang. Yang comes right back behind. Yang into the far corner, gets it over to Armstrong. Armstrong underneath the far circle and along the end boards. Nolan Miller trying to get it. That poked away from him. Nolan Miller outside the near circle. Fired all the way down the ice. It's a foot race. Kresge looking to get it. Kresge on the far circle. That poked away into the far corner. Picked up there. Kresge trying to dig it out. Nolan Miller trying to get it in the far corner as well. Stansel trying to pull it away back there. Jack Eder comes away with it. He has that poked away. The puck right back behind the Pioneer goal. Loose. Yang has it on the far circle. Yang over his own blue line. Yang coming ahead with it. Yang gains his own. Yang trying to get into the slot. That poked away. Backhanded shot by Armstrong into the far corner. Yang outside the far circle trying to get it away from Mazzotti. There's going to be a cross-check called at 4:35. As the Irish go into the box, Naughton takes the cross-checking call. Pioneer back on the power play with 4:35 left to go here in the first. Pioneer has recorded their first shot on goal now. It is 10-1. Face-off in the near face-off circle. Sean Stone in to take the face-off. At top of the near circle, Commutin has it. Commutin into the near corner. Commutin wide-angle shot right out in front. Trying to knock that in. Good attempt as that's fired all the way down the ice. Friedman was right on the near corner with it. And pulled back behind into the near corner. Sean Stone with it there, trying to avoid pressure by the Irish, as Nelson was back to try and make it difficult for Pioneer to leave the zone. Here comes Pioneer down the far boards, now cutting it along the near boards. Bringing it ahead, here comes Kresge. Kresge at the near point. Kresge moves it high slot, trying to get to Commuton. That comes all the way at the far point, fired all the way down the ice. 1 minute, 20 seconds left to go. And pulled back behind, sending it through the slot. Oh, good stick save by Houston. As coming back, Brendan Stone trying to get to it. Sean Stone trying to separate that puck, comes to the edge of the net. Now right back behind. Sean Stone has it with 1 minute, 2 seconds left in the power play. The Irish trying to get a shorthanded goal there, bringing it ahead. Here comes Pioneer down the far boards. Sean Stone trying to dump it back deep. That knocked back into the neutral zone. Over center ice, racing ahead with it. As puck went settled down for Sanborn. Poke right back out into the neutral zone. Back, Commuton has it at center ice. Commuton, puck lost and fired all the way down the ice by the Irish with 35 seconds left in the Pioneer power play. Sutton right back behind his goal, underneath the far circle, moves it over to Sanborn. Sanborn trying to get over his own blue line, drop pass, Pioneer down the near boards. Armstrong fires it back deep. Puck rims into the far corner. Nolan Miller with it there outside the far circle, puts it right back behind the goal. Racing over, Armstrong trying to get to it with 15 seconds left. That cleared all the way down the ice. Racing back to get it is Emmett. That fired around the boards by Yang. Sanborn has it outside the far circle. Emmett pokes him into the boards. Yang trying to pick it up. That grab by Armstrong now. Father Gabriel Sharp back to full strength. The puck in along the near boards. Here comes Armstrong gaining the zone outside the near circle. Armstrong into the near corner. Backhands it out in front, trying to get it to Sutton. And outside the near circle, trying to hold it in, is Yang. He puts it back deep into the near corner. Racing for it. Hamilton trying to poke that away. Now Naughton. Grabbed. Amos with it outside the near circle. Trying to peel that puck out of there. Sutton pinned against the boards. Now Armstrong puts it out in front. Nolan Miller trying to get a shot. Good job by Yang to avoid some pressure by Amos. Now Sutton with a shot. That knocked away. Good save into the far corner as Kelly got a piece of it. Armstrong trying to peel it away from Naughton in the far corner. Coming back. There's a shot and a glove save by Kelly. Scoreless so far. 1 minute, 45 seconds left to go here in the first. Ten shots on goal by the Irish, 3 for Pioneer. Face-off will be to Kelly's right in the far face-off circle in the Irish zone. Sean Stone in to take the face-off versus Dumpy. The puck into the far corner. Brendan Stone trying to get to it. Puck loose, bringing ahead as Dumpy gets it to center ice. Rowe fires it down the far boards. Picked up there. Pioneer sends it into the Irish zone. Husak puts it right back into the neutral zone, gets it ahead. Jack Etter fires it around the boards. The puck into the far corner. Rez with it there, trying to avoid. He takes a big hit by standstill. The puck outside the far circle. Pioneer trying to tip it out of the zone, but Husak holds it in. Husak puts it into the slot, pulled away. Here comes Pioneer running down with it. Rowe has it, top of the near circle. Rowe with the shot. That tipped away by Kelly into the far corner. Back to the far point, held in there. Commuton goes outside the far circle. Commuton in along the end boards, trying to fire it out in front to Brendan Stone, pulled away. Coming ahead with it. Here comes David Etter. David Etter gains the Pioneer zone, top of the far circle. Good job by Garcia. Or excuse me, that was Garcia to poke it away. The puck outside the near circle, trying to bring it ahead. Pioneer coming ahead with it. Commuton makes a nifty move. Commuton, gets around a couple defenders, but the puck wouldn't stay steady on his stick. Trying to dig it out of the near corner. 35 seconds left to go. Out in front, into the slot. Wouldn't settle down. There's a shot and a save. The puck all the way back to the far point. Sanborn holds it in. Trying to put it deep into the near corner with 24 seconds left to go here in the first. The puck fired all the way down the ice. That will be into the near corner. That will be icing. And it will come all the way back into the Irish zone with 18 seconds left to go. Scoreless first period. Face-off in the near face-off circle. That's going to be to Kelly's left. Commuton in to take the face-off. On the other side is Sandstill. puck top of the near circle. 15 seconds left to go. Trying to grab it. Is holding it in. Sutton trying to get it into the slot. Shot that poke back up. 7.7 seconds left to go. Face-off will be to Kelly's right in the far face-off circle. Commuting in to take the face-off. That puck, top of the far circle. Grabbing it there. Emmett trying to launch it down. That will go all the way back. 1.1 seconds left to go. That's going to come back into the Irish zone. Face-off on the far face-off circle. Pioneer now with 5 shots on goal, 10 by the Irish. Commuting with it, and that will do it for the first. At the end of the first, it's 0-0 Pioneer and Father Gabriel Richard all knotted up. In the first, it was a penalty to stand still for interference at 13:48. Pioneer then took a penalty, elbowing to Commuting at 12:03. Then it was a penalty to Father Gabriel Richard on a cross-check. That one went to Naughton at 4:35. No score reported so far. We'll step away. Again, we want to thank all the wonderful, amazing sponsors of Pioneer Men's Varsity Hockey. That includes the Line Chiropractic Center, Alpha Coney, Ann Arbor Door Systems, the Ann Arbor Ice Cube, the Ann Arbor Running Company, Big George's Home Appliance Mart, the Carlisle Grill, DW Skate Shop, Edwards and Schaefer Orthodontics, Franklin Templeton, John A. Popoulis and Company, Kindling Creative, Liberty Athletic Club, Liberty Dental, Dr. Kristen Johnson, DDS, Midwest Graphics and Awards, Paint Nail Bar, Ron's Garage, Stadium Hardware, Standard Printing, Terry Lloyd and Company, Real Estate Agent Angie Smith, EventCon, Washtenaw Dairy and Washtenaw Promise, co-founder Bob Ufer. Thank you to all the folks who help support Pioneer Men's Varsity Hockey. We'll play a few messages from the MHSAA. We will be right back as you're watching Pioneer Men's Varsity Hockey, brought to you by Arbor Broadcasting.
Sportsmanship has never been more important between the lines in athletics and outside those lines in our communities. To listen, to respect, to understand, to practice common decency, to have competition without contentiousness. Sportsmanlike qualities are essential components of life itself. Let's all work together to not only be good sports, but good people. A message from the Michigan High School Athletic Association, promoting the value and values of educational athletics. Have we gotten to the point where at some high school game that an official has finally had enough from coaches, players, and adults, pulls off the whistle, and offers it to you? Let's hope not. There's no way you could do a better job. It's on everyone to promote good sportsmanship. So before you blurt something out about that next close call, consider this. Without the officials, nobody wins. A message from the Michigan High School Athletic Association, promoting the value and values of educational athletics.
Nearly 2,000 of the state's top student athletes will be recognized for excelling academically and in school activities through the MHSAA's Scholar Athlete Award, underwritten by Farm Bureau Insurance. The applicants will be in the running for a total of 32 $1,000 college scholarships. Application materials are available exclusively online through the MHSAA website. A message from the Michigan High School Athletic Association, promoting the value and values of educational athletics.
Health concerns in high school sports go beyond physical injuries. The mental well-being of our young people is a hotter topic than ever before. The Michigan High School Athletic Association website has resources to help adults and students recognize potential problems and deal with them in a positive way. You can learn more about these mental health resources on the Health and Safety page of the MHSAA website. A message from the MHSAA promoting the value and values of educational athletics. Can you go anywhere and find an endeavor in society where we've come to accept and tolerate an adult, and even kids, treating another adult the way we allow spectators, coaches, and players to treat a high school game official? Can you? No one has the right to abuse game officials. So before you blurt something out about that next close call, consider this. Without the officials, nobody wins. A message from the Michigan High School Athletic Association, promoting the value and values of educational athletics.
Here are 5 more good reasons for multi-sport participation. Multi-sport athletes are more coachable. They have higher athletic ceilings. They become better talent in the long run. They have higher sports IQs. Their sport skills transfer, and they are better teammates. Multi-sport participation is cross-training for life. Learn more at the MHSAA website. A message from the Michigan High School Athletic Association, promoting the value and values of educational athletics. Here are 5 good reasons for high school multi-sport participation. Fewer overuse injuries, less opportunity for emotional burnout, exposure to different kids and coaches, exposure to different roles, and learning to compete better. Being a multi-sport participant can help a kid become a more well-rounded person. Multi-sport participation is cross-training for life. Learn more at the MHSAA website. A message from the Michigan High School Athletic Association, promoting the value and values of educational athletics.
Where can you find good information on all kinds of topics related to the well-being of our student athletes? Check out the health and safety page of the MHSAA website. Learn about multi-sport participation, heat and hydration, cardiovascular resources, as well as insurance benefits available for our students. It's all on the health and safety page of MHSAA.com. A message from the Michigan High School Athletic Association, promoting the value and values of educational athletics.
The love of the game draws us to sports, as players, coaches, spectators, and officials. For officials, it's a way to stay in the game they once played, to feel the thrill of putting on the uniform, stepping out of the playing surface, hustling to make the call, and building the relationships which can only be built in sports. If you still have that love for the game, we always need new officials. Register now at MHSAA.com. A message from the Michigan High School Athletic Association, promoting the value and values of educational athletics.
We are live at the Ann Arbor Ice Cube, where it is your Pioneer men's varsity hockey team taking on Father Gabriel Richard in the final game of the Dan Jilek Ann Arbor Cup Championship tournament here. Pioneer with 6 points, trying to earn 9. Father Gabriel Richard with 4 points, trying to get 7. So either team, whoever wins this game wins the cup. If it is a tie, then Pioneer would win. as they've just finished resurfacing the ice. Again, a very good crowd here. The Jilek tournament always well attended. It's a fantastic tournament that's been going on for a very long time. It's last several years since we started broadcasting in 2016. It's been after the new year, the first set of games after the new year, so a little bit of a change this season as it's a little bit earlier. It also used to be 2 games, and then the winner of those 2 games plays the championship. The loser plays a consolation. This year they did a round robin where every team plays each other and gets a certain amount of points, and then the top points leader wins. So it's kind of nice to get to play all 3 other teams rather than just to see 2 of the 3 other teams. So that's nice. Okay, very good crowd in here today. Love to see everyone out there. Big win by the Pioneer women's hockey team, 2-1 over Traverse City earlier today. Pioneers set up ready to come on the ice as they're at the door just to our left, just waiting for the officials to hop back out onto the ice. Now Pioneer heads out. He'll be going from right to left here in the second period. Scoreless so far. 2 penalties on Father Gabriel, 1 on Pioneer, neither resulting in any points. As we head into the second here. The Irish head out onto the ice. As Kelly skates down to our left. The officials come out. We should get the nets put on their moorings in a moment. As they get the net set up. 17 minutes up on the clock. Father Gabriel Richard doubled up Pioneer in shots on goal, 10-5. It was 9-0 at one point in time in shots on goal. Pioneer able to get 5 shots to Father Gabriel Richard's 1 in the last several minutes of the first. Bring in a little noise of the rink there. So you can hear the fantastic crowd sounds. Pioneer skates down to our right. Houston takes his water ball, goes down to the right. Kelly skating around to our left. Finn Miller and Sanborn on the defensive side. Commuting in to take the face-off. Sutton out there as well as Garcia for Pioneer. Dunphy on the other side. As that popped over. Bringing it in, Dunphy with a shot. Houston covers it up. 16:53 left to go here in the second. Face-off will be in the Pioneer zone. Should be in the near face-off circle. As it's going to be Commuting again versus Dunphy. Official gets everyone where they need to be. And a puck in along the near boards. The Irish trying to hold it in. That shot, knuckleballs right back in along the end boards. Amos fires it around, back to the far point. Held in, now it slips back into the neutral zone. David Etter takes it back to his own blue line, fires it ahead. That grab by Nelson. Nelson weaves his way through traffic over the blue line. Knocked away by Garcia, who gets it right back into the neutral zone. Coming ahead with it, Sutton. Sutton has it knocked away by Dunphy, picked up in along the near boards by David Etter. Back, Sanborn gets it out of the zone in along the near boards of the neutral zone. Brought in by Nelson. He's run off the puck by Garcia. Quick shot. Glove save by Houston. 16:15 left to go here in the second. Scoreless so far between these two squads. Appreciate you watching wherever you are at. Thank you for your support of either of these two teams. We appreciate that. Face-off is in the far face-off circle. That to Houston's right. Naughton trying to take the face-off. As Holt won it, and back to the far point. Shot can't get through traffic. Friedman trying to get it out of the far corner. Now picked up by Jones. Jones trying to Poke it ahead. He's battling Burns outside the far circle. Now Holt comes over to get in on the action, not trying to pull it out of there as a quartet trying to dig it out. Now that puck's still in there, poking away at it. Friedman trying to knock it away, and it comes back to the far point. Held in, shot there by Hamilton, and a glove save by Houston. 15:48 left to go here in the second. Father Gabriel Richard keeping the action down in the Pioneer end here early in the second. Face-off again in the far face-off circle. Nolan Miller in to take the face-off versus Naughton. That puck comes back to the far point, slips back into the neutral zone. Hamilton retreats back to his own blue line, puts it in along the near boards for Palmer. Armstrong trying to knock that away, coming in along the near boards. Emmett tipped it back into the Pioneer zone. Picked up by Friedman. Friedman banks it off the near boards. Emmett has it outside the near circle. Emmett trying to go back behind the Pioneer goal, has it underneath the far circle. And tipped back, now pulled back. Emmett, top of the far circle, moves it over. And tipped away from Palmer back into the neutral zone. He puts it into Pioneer zone. Here comes Nolan Miller. Nolan Miller fires it down the far boards. Armstrong gains the zone outside the far circle. Armstrong hit along the end boards. He's knocked off the puck. Yang trying to backhand it out in front. He's knocked away. Puck comes back to the near point. And trying to fire it is Rez outside the near circle. Back high slot, that knocked away. Rowe puts it in along the near boards. Rez fires it the other direction. The puck down into the Father Gabriel Richard zone, in along the near boards. Naughton knuckleballs it into the neutral zone. Pioneer trying to bring it in. Rez waits for everyone to clear the zone. That fired back deep into the far corner. Hamilton trying to get it there. Nolan Miller pokes it right back behind the goal. And fired by Palmer in along the far boards, back into the neutral zone. Quickly fired in. That knocked down by Burns. Burns rockets it the other direction. That should be icing and head right back into the Father Gabriel Richard end. 14:26 left to go here in the second. Still scoreless between these two squads. Face-off in the far face-off circle. That's going to be to Kelly's left. Sean Stone in to take the face-off. Dumpy on the other side. Puck brought back, top of the far circle. Shot there by Pioneer. Goes wide into the near corner. Rez trying to hold it in at the near point. The puck comes all the way back to the far point. Held in there by Peterson. Peterson trying to put it into the far corner. Brendan Stone trying to get that back into the neutral zone. Trying to fire it ahead was Standstill. Back into the Pioneer zone. Rez knocks it back into the neutral zone. Here comes Brendan Stone. Brendan Stone puts it into the near corner, trying to race away. Pulled up by Peterson. Peterson into the far corner. Peterson run off the puck. Brendan Stone, top of the far circle, now puts it into the far corner. Brendan Stone gets it back, takes a shot. Ooh, that just deflected wide into the near corner. Rez with it there. The puck on the near circle. Rez into the slot. Shot that got blocked and lifted all the way down the ice. And saucers down into the Pioneer zone. That will be icing and head back all the way back into the Father Gabriel Richard end. 13:33 left to go here in the second. Scoreless so far between these two squads. Face-off in the far face-off circle. That's to Kelly's left. Commuting in to take the face-off. Naughton on the other side. And puck outside the far circle. Picking it up. Sutton trying to move it over to Commuting. Held in at the far point. Back into the far corner. David Eder trying to pull that away. Comes underneath the near circle. Outside the near circle comes Nelson. Nelson into the neutral zone. Fired all the way deep into the far corner of the Pioneer zone. Friedman has it there. Friedman chips ahead to Garcia. Garcia trying to lift it out of the zone. That one off of his skate all the way back to the Irish blue line. Fired ahead by Usack. Puck into the near corner. Grabbed by Friedman. Friedman puts it down the near boards. Back into the neutral zone. Usack trying to fire it back deep. Into the far corner of the Pioneer zone. Friedman with it there. Friedman brings it over the blue line. Banks it off the far boards. Racing ahead. And deflected right back to the blue line, but poked deep by Pioneers. They touch up. The puck off of the far boards, bringing it ahead. Here comes David Eder. David Eder gains his own with the shot. That goes wide all the way back and along the near boards of the neutral zone. Sutton trying to get to it. Fired the other direction by Naughton. That back into the near corner, but icing called. And we'll be back into the Irish zone. 12:30 left to go here in the second from the Ann Arbor Ice Cube. It is the final game of the Dan Jilek Ann Arbor Cup Tournament. is face-off in the near face-off circle. Trying to get to that is Hudson. Pulled away by Burns down the far boards. Burns gets it into neutral zone. Pioneer fires it right back into the near corner. Picked up there. Grabbing it is Mazzotti. Mazzotti puts it outside the near circle. Trying to bring it ahead is Hamilton. Hamilton into neutral zone. Fired right back in. Offsides the call. Face-off will be in the near face-off circle just outside of the Irish zone. 12-10 left to go here in the second. Holton to take the face-off versus Dunphy. That puck lifted, top of the far circle, racing over. Jones trying to get to it. Hamilton pulls it into the far corner. And pulled ahead. Here comes the Irish. And moving, Emmett has it over center ice. Emmett gains the Pioneer zone. Emmett puts it top of the near circle for Dunphy, out, and Houston with an amazing save. That puck sent ahead to Jones. Jones down the far boards of the neutral zone, fires it back deep into the far corner. Hamilton grabs it back behind his own goal into the near corner. That picked up by Hudson. Hudson into the far corner. Mazzotti grabs it. Mazzotti puts it right back behind his own goal as it rims into the near corner. Battle for it there by a trio of players held in by Sanborn. His shot went wide. Holding it in at the far point is Yang. Yang trying to poke that away. Still battling at the far point. 5 players right in front of the Pioneer bench trying to dig it off of the boards. That comes back into the neutral zone. Sanborn with a shot. Saved by Kelly. That put outside the near circle. Picked up by Hamilton there. 11-10 left to go. Bringing ahead is Dunphy down the near boards. Feeds it over to Emmett. Emmett gets it over to Hamilton, who gains his own. Hamilton outside the far circle. The Pioneer zone coming in. There's a shot and a save by Houston. Underneath the near circle it goes. Deflected all the way back into the Irish zone. And we'll be icing and head back into the Pioneer end. 10:51 left to go here in the second. Scoreless so far. 14 shots on goal by the Irish, 6 by Pioneer. As the Pioneer student section has grown, they almost matched the Irish student section. Pioneer in the far corner, Irish right back behind the Pioneer goal this period. And puck trying to dig it out. Armstrong gets it ahead. Here comes Kresge. Kresge gets it down the far boards. Kresge gains the Irish zone. He ends up going down to the ice. That's going to be a holding call. Pioneer goes on the power play. That'll be their third power play of the game. At 10:39, Naughton goes into the box for the second time of the game. Pioneer on the power play. Face-off in the far face-off circle. Nolan Miller puts it into the far corner. Pioneer holds it in. Yang gets it into the near corner. And pulled ahead by Husek. Husek over to Emmett. Emmett that pulled back. Grabbed by Armstrong. Armstrong coming ahead. Emmett is down and slow to get up. Emmett rolls over. We don't want to see any of these athletes injured. He is slow to get up, but makes it to his knees. The officials talk things over. Emmett gets up on his skates. So good round of applause. Is the player up, skating over to the bench. We're happy to see Emmett okay. 1 minute, 48 seconds left to go on the power play. Face off at center ice. Officials determine clean open hit. Coming back, Pioneer coming ahead with it. Armstrong takes a shot, goes wide just the near side. Nolan Miller trying to get to it, held in by Sanborn at the far point. He takes a shot. That deflects off of the dasher outside the near circle. Sutton gets it back to the near point to Yang. Yang trying to get it in. Sutton has it. High slot now comes over top of the far circle. Sutton weaves into the far corner. Puck right back behind the goal. Now into the near corner. Pioneer with it. Comes back to the near point. Yang trying to put it back deep. Rims into the far corner where Sutton has it there. Sutton gets it back. And moved over. Yang top of the near circle. Yang that deflects back into the slot. Lifted back into the neutral zone. Racing back to get it. Grabbing it is Sanborn. Sanborn goes back behind his own goal. Stops there. 1 minute left to go in the Pioneer power play. 0-0 is our score. That fired all the way down. Stopped by Husek, brought back and fired and cleared all the way down the ice. Puck right back behind the Pioneer goal. Amos. Really aggressive, heavy penalty kill by the Irish as they have two players back trying to make it difficult for Pioneer to leave the zone. That rims all the way into the near corner. Gathered it up there. Trying to get it ahead to Commute. Commute pulls it off the near boards. Commute over his own blue line through center ice. Commute down the far boards. Commute gains the zone. Commute gets it off of the boards into the near corner. And fired, held in at the far point. Good job by Sean Stone. Sean Stone gets it back into the slot. That pulled in, held in by Kresge. Kresge with the rising shot that just goes high. Rifled all the way down the ice. That'll spin in along the end boards. 6 seconds left to go as the penalty will expire before Pioneer can get it back into the Irish zone. Big hit by Emmett. The puck in along the far boards. Sean Stone with it. Trying to pull it away. Trying to dig in and Commute there. Puck comes back to the blue line. Coming in with it. There's a shot by Friedman. Can't get through traffic. Top of the far circle. Sean Stone with it. Puts it right back behind the goal. Picked up. Rimming it, Palmer gets it back to the far point. Friedman holds it in. Friedman puts it right back behind the goal. Commute trying to pull it right back behind, battling Palmer. Outside the near circle, Sean Stone with it there. He's pinned against the boards. Trying to pull it away, held in by Kresge. And deflected, top of the far circle. The Irish have it. 7:56 left to go. The Irish bring it into the Pioneer zone. Friedman moves it over to Kresge. Kresge ahead, trying to get to Sean Stone. That deflects. Kresge in. Kresge with the shot. Rising shot just went wide to the near side. As trying to hold it in. The puck outside the near circle. Now brought ahead down the near boards. Naughton has it at center ice. Naughton drifts to the near side. Naughton with the shot deflects into the far corner. Picked up by Burns there. Burns loses an edge. Grabbed off of the far boards. Trying to poke it ahead. That puck comes back to the far point. Would settle down. Now back into the neutral zone. Here comes Pioneer. Racing down the far boards. Trying to get in is Commutin. The puck right back behind the goal. Commutin underneath the far circle. Gets it to Yang. Backhanded shot goes just wide. Armstrong has it back behind. Burns on the far circle, picked up there. Holding it in is Nolan Miller, but it pops up and out of play. 7:04 left to go here in the second. Scoreless so far between these two squads. As they get the puck from the Pioneer bench, face off in the far face-off circle. And it will be to Kelly's left. Nolan Miller in to take the face-off. Nelson on the other side. And puck into the far corner. Grabbed there by David Etter. Swept back to the far point. Into the neutral zone. Grabbed by Emmett. Emmett moves it ahead to Nelson. Nelson, top of the near circle. Shot went wide. All the way back to the far point. David Etter with the shot. That comes outside the near circle. As trying to fire it out is Hustak. Loose. Still loose, fired, and they put it in. Father Gabriel Richard scores with 6:40. As going down, Houston went down to cover it, and they were able to bring the puck back and fire it in. Quinn with the goal. And it's 6:40. So Quinn puts it in. Houston did a good job getting the first two shots, but it came off to his right. They moved it back, and Houston had gone over to the far side, and that left the near side open. It's good puck movement by the Irish. Now Pioneer down 1-0. 6:40 left to go here in the second. 15 shots on goal by the Irish, 6 by Pioneer. The puck, Nelson backhands it ahead over to Amos. Amos has that knocked away. Coming down with it is Holt. Now pulled away in along the far boards. Pioneer drifts back with it, moves it ahead. And the far boards held in. Johnson trying to go back to get it. Now David Etter fires it over to Nelson. And tipped back away. Husek trying to bring it in. Grabbed, top of the near circle. Burns with a shot that deflects out. Pulled away by Edwards into the far corner. Back high slot, David Etter with a shot that can't get through traffic. Loose on the near side and pulled over as it deflected past and looked like it was going to get through traffic, then somehow bounced through. Good job by Houston to save that. Icing call. Pioneer gets a line change. 5:55 left to go. 1-0. Father Gabriel Richard with the lead. Face off in the near face off circle in the Pioneer zone. Commuting in to take the face off versus Naughton. That brought ahead. As here comes Sutton. Sutton, the puck just off the tip of his stick, pulled away by David Etter. Fired back into neutral zone, picked up, moved by Friedman. Friedman banks it off the far boards over to Sutton. Sutton has it knocked away. Now racing, trying to get to it is Garcia. Garcia trying to hold it in. Sutton, top of the far circle. Sutton with the shot, and glove down and saved by Kelly. 5:30 left to go here in the second. 1-0. Irish with the lead. Face-off is going to be in the Irish zone in the far face-off circle. Commuting in to take the face-off. Dumpy on the other side. Garcia to his left. Sutton to the right. That puck back in along the near boards of the neutral zone. Pulled back. Racing ahead with it is Jof. Jof chips it ahead. Grab. Commuting trying to pull it away. That brought right back in by Mazzotti. Mazzotti pinned against the boards by Jof, but manages to work his way through it into the near corner. And shot wouldn't get through as it was lifted by the stick. Now fired around, and there's going to be a penalty. Back at 5:09, hit back behind. 5:07 here in the second, penalty to Pioneer. Into the box goes Sutton. As they're going to say contact to the head. Sutton in the box for 2 minutes. Puck on the far circle, lifted back to the high point. Dumpy takes a shot. And deflects back in along the far boards. Rez with it there. Rez trying to pull it away. Rez loses an edge and covered up by Houston. 4:56 left to go here in the second. 1:49 left to go in the power play to the Irish. They have the 1-0 lead. Face-off will be to the right of Houston in the far face-off circle. Naughton in to take the face-off versus Sean Stone. Puck into the far corner. Emmett with it outside the far circle, back to the far point. Shot there, goes just wide. Outside the near circle it goes, pulling in. Here comes Pioneer. Sean Stone puts it back into the Irish zone, pulled away by David Etter. David Etter in along the near boards, gets it over to Husak. Husak brings it ahead. Fires it down the far boards. Quickly David Etter into the zone, top of the far circle. And he moves it back to the far point. Naughton with a shot. And knocked down. Puck loose, covered up by Houston. 4:26 left to go here in the second. 1:19 left to go in the power play to the Irish. 1-0, Irish with the lead. Face-off in the far face-off circle. Sanborn showing Houston some love. Armstrong in versus Naughton in the far face-off circle. Puck loose there, trying to pull it away. Comes high slot, pulled away by Dumpy. Dumpy with the shot, sticked into the near corner by Houston. Pulled there by Pioneer, trying to feed it ahead. Battle for it outside the near circle. Sanborn trying to get to it. Pulled back behind, into the far corner by Emmett. Emmett stops there. Armstrong trying to knock it away from him. There's a high shot and a save. Shot by David Etter from the top of the far circle. Good glove save by Houston. 57 seconds left in the power play to the Irish. 4:04 left to go here in the second. Looks like it's going to be a 5-on-4 power play. As into the box goes Yang. That at 4:04, I did not see what the official did, but 5-on-4, that's a 5-minute major penalty to Yang. So 5-minute penalty to Yang, 5-minute major. Pioneer gets it out of the zone. Sent back, Hamilton at his own blue line. Hamilton down the near boards. Hamilton fires it ahead. And picked up, Naughton has it. Big hit, and Interference. .348 left to go here in the second, 1-0. Irish with the lead, 41 seconds left of the 5-on-3 power play. Then there will be almost 4 minutes of a major penalty to Yang. Pull back. Hamilton fires it down the far boards. It's a 5-minute cross check to Yang. As the puck on the near circle trying to bring it away down the near boards. Pioneer, Sanborn gets it out of the zone. Hamilton feeds it ahead. 18 seconds left on the 5-on-3 loose as that comes back behind it into the near corner. And along the far boards, Pioneer trying to get it out of the zone. Knocked down, Amos with it. He's run off of the puck. Quinn has it in the far corner. Quinn trying to fire it out in front into the slot. And poked away by Commutin. Commutin fires it all the way down the ice. Sutton out of the box, races down to get it. Sutton coming into the near corner. And pulled away. The Irish fire it down the near boards. Back, Pioneer clears it all the way back. Sutton back to provide pressure. 3:45 left to go in the major penalty. Burns down the far boards. Burns sends it deep into the Pioneer zone. That goes right behind Houston into the near corner. Trying to fire it ahead. Pioneer grabbing it. High slot. Husek with the shot. That picked up off of the near boards. Trying to move it ahead. That fired all the way down as Finn Miller trying to knock it away. Finn Miller again on the far circle. And it comes all the way back to the far point. Loose. Controlled by Emmett. Shot there. Houston with the save. Top of the near circle. Dunphy with it. Dunphy. High slot. Shot that got deflected out in front. Save by Houston. Sutton puts it into the far corner. 3 minutes left on the major penalty to Pioneer. That gets knocked away as Commute lifts it all the way down the ice. 1:55 left to go here in the second. 1-0. Irish with the lead. And sent ahead, picked up. Here comes Emmett. Emmett over center. Emmett gains the zone. Emmett comes top of the near circle, drifts it back to Dunphy. Dunphy high slot. Dunphy over, shot from the high slot, knocked away by Houston into the far corner. Finn Miller trying to get to it. That pulled outside the far circle for Naughton. Naughton comes high slot. Naughton shot high slot and scores. Father Gabriel Richard gets it as Naughton puts it in from the high slot. And at 1:27, looks like David Etter on the assist. Because it's a major penalty, the penalty does not expire. Pioneer still on the penalty kill for 2:23 left to go in this period. 1:27 left to go in the second. Puck in along the near boards, fired ahead. That comes back into the Father Gabriel Richard zone. Picked up by Hamilton, back behind the goal. Hamilton coming down the far boards. That tipped away over to Amos. Amos gains the zone. Amos, top of the near circle, drops it over to Burns. Burns has it tipped back by Brendan Stone, back into the neutral zone. 1:05 left to go here in the second. 2-0. Irish with the lead. Puck down along the far boards. Bringing it ahead is Burns. Burns outside the far circle. Burns into the far corner. Underneath the far circle, trying to fire it out and into the far corner. Houston got a piece of it. Nelson sends it back, then tipped back off the side of the net into the near corner. Trying to dig it out of there is Jove. Jove trying to get it. Nelson feeds it all the way back to Amos at the far point. Shot there, covered up by Houston. 33.9 seconds left to go in the second. 1:30 left to go in the major penalty to Pioneer. 2-0. Father Gabriel Richard with the lead. Face off in the far face off. Circle Commutin trying to get to it. Loose. High slot coming over. Shot goes wide. Rowe into the near corner. Rowe pinned against the near corners. Now Sutton trying to get it out. Dumpy top of the near circle. Moves it over one-timer. Good save by Houston. Wouldn't settle down on the far circle. Rowe, Rez into the far corner. Rez trying to pull it away. 14 seconds left to go in the period. Father Gabriel Richard moves it onto the far circle. Rez gets it all the way down. And they're going to put it back into the Pioneer zone. I think they're going to say it touched someone on the bench. So someone on the Irish bench touches it, stops the Pioneer breakaway with 6 seconds left to go. Face-off in the far face-off circle. That comes back to the far point. High slot for Dumpy. Shot, glove, save by Houston. One minute, 1 second left to go in this period. 27 shots on goal by the Irish, 6 by Pioneer. They've gotten 1 shot on goal this entire period, according to the big board. And that will do it as the Irish take the 2-0 lead. They have a 56-second major penalty remaining, so they'll have the power play when they return to the ice. Pioneer has some work to do, down by 2. As it was in the second, a penalty to Father Gabriel Richard as holding called by to Naughton at 10:39. Then it was a goal by Father Gabriel Richard. Quinn put it in at 6:40 as he got the feed after a couple really nifty saves by Houston. But Quinn put it in. Then there was a Pioneer penalty to Sutton at 5:01. That's contact to the head, 2 minute. And then a cross-checking major by Yang. The official saw something I didn't there. That's 4:04. That was a 4:04, 5-minute major. Then it was a goal by Naughton at 1:27, and that's where we sit. Let's play a few messages from the MHSAA, and we will be right back with your third period action.
Sportsmanship has never been more important between the lines in athletics and outside those lines in our communities. To listen, to respect, to understand, to practice common decency, to have competition without contentiousness. Sportsmanlike qualities are essential components of life itself. Let's all work together to not only be good sports, but good people. A message from the Michigan High School Athletic Association, promoting the value and values of educational athletics. Have we gotten to the point where at some high school game that an official has finally had enough from coaches, players, and adults, pulls off the whistle, and offers it to you? Let's hope not. There's no way you could do a better job. It's on everyone to promote good sportsmanship. So before you blurt something out about that next close call, consider this. Without the officials, nobody wins. A message from the Michigan High School Athletic Association, promoting the value and values of educational athletics.
Nearly 2,000 of the state's top student athletes will be recognized for excelling academically and in school activities through the MHSAA's Scholar Athlete Award, underwritten by Farm Bureau Insurance. The applicants will be in the running for a total of 32 $1,000 college scholarships. Application materials are available exclusively online through the MHSAA website. A message from the Michigan High School Athletic Association, promoting the value and values of educational athletics.
Health concerns in high school sports go beyond physical injuries. The mental well-being of our young people is a hotter topic than ever before. The Michigan High School Athletic Association website has resources to help adults and students recognize potential problems and deal with them in a positive way. You can learn more about these mental health resources on the Health and Safety page of the MHSAA website. A message from the MHSAA promoting the value and values of educational athletics. Can you go anywhere and find an endeavor in society where we've come to accept and tolerate an adult, and even kids, treating another adult the way we allow spectators, coaches, and players to treat a high school game official? Can you? No one has the right to abuse game officials. So before you blurt something out about that next close call, consider this. Without the officials, nobody wins. A message from the Michigan High School Athletic Association, promoting the value and values of educational athletics.
Here are 5 more good reasons for multi-sport participation. Multi-sport athletes are more coachable. They have higher athletic ceilings. They become better talent in the long run. They have higher sports IQs. Their sport skills transfer, and they are better teammates. Multi-sport participation is cross-training for life. Learn more at the MHSAA website. A message from the Michigan High School Athletic Association, promoting the value and values of educational athletics.
Well, it is the final game of the Dan Jilek Ann Arbor Cup tournament, and right now Father Gabriel has the 2-0 lead on Pioneer going into the third. It is also Michigan High School Hockey Day. Both the men's and the women's teams at Pioneer were in action. The women beat Traverse City 2-1. Pioneer down 2-0. The men's team here. Taking a look at scores back on Thursday, it was Rockford beating. Interesting, to be determined, at Griff's Ice House. It was Sparta beating Reese Puther by a score of 5-1. It was a 3-3 tie between Cranswick Kingwoods and Grosse Pointe South. Father Gabriel Sharp beat Huron 9-1. It was Brighton beating Clarkston 3-1. Heartland with the 2-goal win over Plymouth 3-1. It was Orchard Lake White beating Fenton Linden by tripling them up 6-2. A 1-goal win by Milford over Bloomfield Hills 5-4. It was Tri-Valley Titans shutting out the Thumb Area Legion 4-0. East Grand Rapids shut out Jensen 6-0. It was Grosse Pointe North beating Woodhaven by a score of 5-1. Marysville tripled up Rochester United 9-3. It was Lakes Area 11 and North Oakland 3 and Romeo 2 and the Portage Muskies 1. Back yesterday, 36 games yesterday. A lot of scores not reported. Bay City beat the Bay Reps 5-2. It was the Portage Muskies topping Fenton Linden by a score of 5-1. Big Rapids doubled up Grosse Ile 4-2. It was Orchard Lake White beating Romeo 4-2. Grand Rapids Catholic Central beat Flip Powers 3-1. It was Leanne Crease Unified 9-2 over Mid-Michigan. It was Anchor Bay beating Chippewa Valley United by 3 goals 5-2. Traverse City Central beat Cadillac 5-1. It was Sparta with a 1-goal win over Rockford 3-1. Petoskey beat Traverse City West by 1 goal 4-3. Howell beat the Livonia Red Stallions 5-1. It was Gabriel Richard, I think Riverview, over Chelsea 2-1. Kalamazoo United beat Farmington United 7-5. It was University of Detroit Jesuit doubling up Brother Rice 6-3. Marquette with a 1-goal win over Sault Ste. Marie 2-1. It was Byron Center with a 2-goal win over Orchard Lake 5-3. University Liga beat Calumet 3-2. It was Bishop Foley with a 1-goal win over Troy United 3-2. Birmingham Unified beat the FMB Griffins 8-1. It was Saline beating Granville 5-2. Houghton beat Saginaw Heritage 5-1. Gladwin beat Grand Blanc 7-3. Riverview Carini topped Southgate Unified by a score of 9-3. It was the M1 Griffins over Rochester Stony Creek 3-1. Allen Park shut out Woodhaven 7-0. It was a 2-goal win by Divine Child over Gaylord 3-1. Forest Hills Northeastern 7-1 over Mona Shore. Eastside with a 5-2 win over Madeline. It was Temperance Bedford beating Anthony Wayne of Ohio 5-2. We'll see Temperance Bedford coming up this coming week over at the at the Toledo Ice House. Walled Lake United beat STFT United 4-1, and it was Lumen Christi and Camp City all knotted up at the end of overtime 1 apiece. High School Hockey Day in Michigan sees 56 games in men's high school hockey being played today, and obviously not a lot of scores reported, couple as of yet. Canton beat Gibraltar Carlson 3-2. It was Flip Powers stopping Riverview Gabriel Richard 5-2. Grand Blanc beat Mid-Michigan 7-1. It was Port Huron Northern over Plymouth 4-3. Livonia Red Stallions beat Grosse Pointe South 5-2. It was Grosse Ile beating Chelsea 5-1. Cranswick Kingswood shut out Novi 3-0. Leanne Crease Unified topped Gladwin 6-3. It was Marquette doubling up Sault Ste. Marie 4-2. The University Liggett beat Jeffers by a goal 3-2. It was University of Detroit Jesuit 8 and Salem 2. Rochester Stony Creek beat Marysville 6-5. It was South Lyon Unified topping Lakes Area 7-2. Tawas beat Bishop Foley 5-2. Southgate Unified fell to the Thumb Area Legion 2-1. Traverse City Central beat Petoskey 5-3. And that is your intermission scoreboard reports. 2-1, Father Gabriel Richard with the lead here. Pioneer looking for a big third period to get this game tied up in 1. Pioneer only needs a tie or a win to win the Dan Jilek Ann Arbor Cup, whereas Father Gabriel Richard needs a outright win. Let's play a few more messages from the MHSAA. We will be right back with your third period action.
Sportsmanship has never been more important between the lines in athletics and outside those lines in our communities. To listen, to respect, to understand, to practice common decency, to have competition without contentiousness. Sportsmanlike qualities are essential components of life itself. Let's all work together to not only be good sports, but good people. A message from the Michigan High School Athletic Association promoting the value and values of educational athletics.
Pioneer comes out onto the ice, down 2 goals, looking to get this game a little closer. Start off with a goal, but they have to first kill off the major penalty with 56 seconds left. In the major penalty on a cross-check. 17 minutes up on the board. Pioneer will be skating from left to right here in this third period. The Irish skating right to left. Again, we want to thank everyone who contributed, who voted and donated to the Best in Flow competition. Pioneer won that handily going away as they had over 4,000 votes. And it's all due to your amazing generosity. Thank you to all of you for everything that you do and supporting the fantastic cause that is the MJR Foundation. If you want to donate otherwise, you can always go out to the mjrfoundation.org to donate. Their focus is mental health and suicide prevention in youth in sports. Pioneer out there waiting for the officials and Father Gabriel Richard to come in so we can get this third period going. As Pioneer getting last-minute instructions across the way. Coach Collins going to give them some advice on how to handle this third period. So continue to wait for Father Gabriel Richard and the officials to head out onto the ice. Here at the Ann Arbor Ice Cube, we can talk about what's coming up this coming week. So you can hear the Irish head out onto the ice as their very vocal student section across the way. So coming up on Tuesday, we'll have men's junior varsity basketball versus Bedford 5:30. Men's varsity basketball at 7 o'clock. Wednesday, the 13th, we should have the Michigan Women's Hockey Coaches Show. I believe that should be live from Regents Field at 6 o'clock. And then on Thursday, the 14th, Pioneer Men's Varsity Hockey visits Bedford, 8 p.m. at the Toledo Ice House. On Friday, we have a trio of games. Women's hockey will be versus Grosse Pointe South at 7:30 at the ESH Ice Arena. Then it will be Pioneer Women's JV Basketball versus Skyline at 5:30 in the main gym at Pioneer. Women's Varsity Basketball versus Skyline, 7 o'clock at the main gym. Sunday, Pioneer Women's Varsity Hockey will be playing Livonia United at Vets at 5 o'clock. And that is our upcoming schedule for the week. Thank you to James Wiseman and Cooper and Kenny and Christina Wiseman, all the folks who help us to be able to broadcast the games we do. We're very, very grateful for all of their help. Face off at center ice as, again, Pioneer on the penalty kill for the next 54 seconds. And fired all the way down the ice and cleared into the Irish zone. Stop there, picked up by David Etter underneath the far circle. In along the far boards, Armstrong trying to hold it in. That fired ahead, brought in, top of the far circle, shot there, deflected off the blocker, up into the netting. Face off in the Pioneer zone. 36 seconds left on the power play. 28 shots on goal for the Irish, 36 for Pioneer. Face-off will be to Houston's left in the far face-off circle. Holton to take the face-off versus Naughton back to the far point. Now they get over to David Etter outside the near circle. That deflected back into the near corner. Naughton with it there. Naughton spins with it, trying to put it back into the near corner. Pulled away. And still grabbing it back behind as Emmett gets it over to Naughton. Naughton, top of the near circle. Naughton back to Emmett into the near corner. Emmett outside the near circle, moves it back to David Etter. That put into the far corner. Trying to pull it away back there is Husick into the far corner. Sanborn trying to knock it away. 3 seconds, 2 seconds. Pioneer back to full strength now as the puck into the near corner. Now Garcia comes out. That puck bouncing onto the far circle. Shot blocker saved by Houston into the near corner. Trying to pull it away. Puck at the near point held in by David Etter. He puts it right back off of the side of the Pioneer goal. Back behind. Sanborn with it. Sanborn banks it off the far boards. And lifted ahead, coming down the near boards, intercepted by David Etter as he races into the Pioneer zone. Pioneer trying to get a line change. Shot covered up, grab by Houston. 15:33 left to go here in the third. Father Gabriel Richard with the 2-1 lead, 2-0 lead. A little wishful thinking on my part there. Face-off will be in the Pioneer zone in the near face-off circle. That to Houston's right. Commuting in to take the face-off. Back to Hamilton at the near point. Hamilton moves it. That called not offsides into the far corner. Trying to pull it away. Here comes Commuting. Commuting over the blue line. Moves it over to Garcia. Garcia over center ice. Fires it deep into the far corner. Commuting trying to get to it into the far corner. Loose. Garcia has it poked away. Here comes the Irish. Over their own blue line is Nelson. Nelson over center ice gains the zone. Nelson drop pass over to Amos. Amos has it knocked away down the near boards. Garcia lifts it down the near boards into the zone. Here comes Commuting. Commuting trying to get it. And pulled away. Sutton into the near corner. Sutton back behind the goal. And knocked down into the far corner. Commuting with it there. And grabbed. Friedman with a shot. Loose. Oh, just goes wide as initial stop by Kelly. And Pioneer couldn't get to it to fire it in. Kelly ended up on his back with the save. 14:41 left to go here in the third. 2-0. Irish with the lead. Pioneer looking to get this game 1 goal closer as they would love to get this next goal. Sean Stone in to take the faceoff versus Dumpy in the near faceoff circle. Pulled back behind by David Etter all the way back to the far point. Rez trying to hold it in. The puck chipped back to Rez. Rez trying to keep it in from Dumpy. Then lifted all the way back into Pioneer zone. Icing waved off. Picked up, banked off of the far boards by Jof. Grabbed and sent right back into the Pioneer end. Grabbed as Rowe fires it down the far boards. Pulled back behind by Husick on the far circle of his own zone. Husick over his blue line. Husick coming down the near boards. Tipped over by Jack Etter, now grabbed by Sean Stone down the far boards. Racing ahead. Pioneer trying to get to it. Pulled away by Dumpy. Dumpy. Top of the near circle of his own zone. Dumpy through center ice. Dumpy gains the Pioneer zone. Dumpy coming into the near corner. Dumpy back to the near point. David Etter with a shot that deflects outside the far circle. Sean Stone fires it all the way down the ice. Back to pick it up. David Etter goes back behind his own goal. David Etter leaves it there. Now rifles it all the way down. That tipped back into the near corner. Trying to pull it away. Pioneer spinning with it. Sanborn in the near corner. Sanborn trying to fire it ahead. Nolan Miller into the near corner. And puck pulled back into the far corner. Armstrong trying to poke it away. Back there battling against, trying to grab that away from Emmett. Now pulling it back. Here comes Nolan Miller. Nolan Miller over to Yang. Yang. Puck wouldn't settle down for him. That lifted up into the netting. Face-off should be outside of the Pioneer zone in the near face-off circle. 13-11 left to go. They're going to pull it back to center ice. 2-0. Father Gabriel Richard with the lead. Nolan Miller in to take the faceoff versus Naughton. They'll drop that puck again. Loose right at center ice, now sent back to Hamilton at his own blue line. Hamilton has it poked away by Armstrong, trying to fire it back deep. Hamilton takes it right back behind the goal. Hamilton in along the far boards. Hamilton moves over to Naughton, loose, grabbed, banked off the far boards. And ahead, Emmett has it back on his own far circle. Emmett over his own blue line, down the near boards. Emmett fires it down the far boards. That brought back, fired deep. Sanborn has it back behind his own goal. Sanborn coming down the far board. Sanborn trying to feed it ahead. Loose on the far circle. Nolan Miller trying to get to it. Still loose. Popped over. Dumpy has it in the slot. Put into the far corner. Pull back behind. Is trying to knock it away. Looks like Edwards got his stick knocked out of his hand. Pulled back the other way. Dumpy had it. Poke back. Dumpy fires it back into the far corner. Sanborn with it. Sanborn. That went off of the official. Trying to pull it away. Nolan Miller fires it. Good save by Houston into the near corner. Back behind. Armstrong lifting it. That'll go all the way down the ice. That'll be icing. Pioneer gets a line change, but the puck comes back into the Pioneer zone with 11:59 left to go. Face-off in the near face-off circle. That to the right of Houston. Dumpy in to take the face-off outside the near circle. Pioneer trying to pull it away. Dumpy into the near corner. Comes back behind, grabbing it. Joff coming down the far boards. Joff banks it off the near boards in the neutral zone. David Etter has it at his own blue line. David Etter trying to feed it down the near boards in the neutral zone. Back into the Pioneer zone. Pull back away, covered up by Houston. And Nelson ends up running into Houston after the whistle. A little pushing and shoving as Pioneer didn't appreciate that. $11:40 left to go. Nelson goes into the box. Pioneer on the power play. Coach Robert wants his say. He has had that. Pioneer on the power play. Face-off in the near face-off circle. Grab. Brendan Stone with the shot that goes just wide. Puck outside the far circle. Father Gabriel Richard fires it all the way down the ice. Stopped by Houston. Brendan Stone comes back to grab it. Brendan Stone back behind his own goal. Fires it down the far boards. Picked up there. Here comes Pioneer over center. Friedman gains the zone. Friedman, and offsides the call. Puck would settle down for Friedman as it took him an extra second to get that puck to settle down and bring it into the zone. Pioneer ended up offsides. 1 minute, 40 seconds left to go in the power play for Pioneer. 2-0. Irish with the lead. 11:20 left to go here in the third. Face-off in the near face-off circle. Sean Stone to take the face-off versus Naughton. Friedman moves it over and along the far boards. Fired back deep by Kresge into the far corner. David Etter goes back to get it. Rims it around the boards. Back into the neutral zone. Grabbed by Friedman. Friedman retreats back to his own blue line. Pressure coming from Naughton. That moved ahead. Now lifted back. Here comes Pioneer. Sean Stone outside the near circle. Drops it back to Commuton. And lifted and cleared all the way down the ice. 10:53 left to go here in the third. 1 minute, 10 seconds left in the Pioneer power play. Kresge has it back behind his own goal. Kresge brings it down the near boards. Here comes Commuton. Puck knocked away by the Irish. Commuton picks it up down the near boards. Excuse me, that's Sean Stone, Brendan Stone. Brendan Stone fires it away. That knocked down. And heavy hit comes back into the near corner where Kresge has it. Kresge avoids a big hit. That puck in along the end boards. 10:23 left to go here in the third. .44 seconds left to go in the Pioneer power play. As a big hit, and that hit the Zamboni door. They're looking to try and get that door closed. As Dumpy comes over to take a look at it. As they got to get that door closed and everything worked out there. That way no one catches the door and gets hurt. So they'll take some time to look that over. Looks like they got it taken care of. It's the official, couple Pioneer players and a Father Gabriel Sharp player getting that door taken care of. Now face off in the near face-off circle in the Pioneer zone. Pop comes back to the near point. And all the way back in along the far boards. Armstrong with it. Armstrong makes a move. Armstrong drops it back. Here comes Pioneer. Sanborn over his own blue line. Sanborn comes down the far board. Sanborn gains his own. Sanborn, quick shot. There's a save. Sutton into the near corner. Good pad save back there by Kelly. Back to the far point. Sanborn trying to make a shot. That comes back. Sanborn trying to put it back deep as that goes right back behind the goal. Loose into the slot. Yang trying to get it. That's sent back to the blue line. Held in by Sanborn. Is a shot that got knocked down out in front. Yang trying to fire it out. Sutton fires it right through the crease. 3 seconds left. 2 seconds left. The penalty has expired. Father Gabriel Richard back to full strength. Fired down. Moved over. Here comes Dumpy. Dumpy top of the near circle shot. Saved by Houston. 9:31 left to go here in the third. Face-off in the near face-off circle. That to Houston's right. 9:31 left to go. Pioneer looking to get the next goal, trying to get this game close, make it a one-goal game and see what happens. Picked up down the far boards. Here comes Peterson. Peterson racing ahead. Peterson puts it back deep. Puck stopped, goes right back behind Kelly. Picked up along the near boards. Burns trying to get to it. Dug out of the near corner. Now lift it back into center. Here comes Naughton. Naughton gains his own top of the far circle. Rez trying to drive him wide into the far corner. Naughton takes it back behind into the near corner. Sean Stone trying to separate him from the puck. That puck on the near circle. Fired out in front. One-timer missed. As that is shot. Saved by Houston into the far corner. Sean Stone picks it up, trying to get it out of the zone through center. Here comes Pioneer. Trying to fire it back deep was Peterson. Goes into the far corner. Picked up back behind. Here comes the Irish down the near boards. Quinton has it. He scored the first goal. Rifled all the way back deep by Burns. Puck back behind, picked up by Rowe. Rowe coming down the far boards, trying to avoid Dumpy. Rowe over his own blue line. Ahead to Commute. Commute has it poke checked away. Picked up back by Dumpy. Outside the near circle, all the way back. Here comes Jack. Eder the other direction. Sutton trying to knock it away from him. 8:16 left to go. Picked up by Commute. The puck back to center ice. Grab there, David Eder down the near boards, gains the zone. David Eder outside the near circle, shot, good save, loose. Now onto the near circle, coming ahead with it. Out leading it in is Dumpy, that through the slot. Pioneer trying to get it, pulling it away into the neutral zone. Sutton trying to get to it, that's going to be a tripping call at 7:54. Into the box goes Jack Eder for tripping. And it's 7:54. Pioneer back on the power play. Face-off in the near face-off circle. Pulled back behind by David Eder. Fired all the way down the ice and cleared. Sanborn races back to get it. Sanborn back behind his own goal. Sanborn brings it ahead. Sanborn down the near boards. Slips it over to Commute. Commute fires it back deep. That puck rims all the way outside the far circle. Nolan Miller with it there. Nolan Miller gets it back into the far corner. Trying to pull it away, that back to the far point, slips back. So was able to skip over the stick. Yang trying to peel it off of the boards. Emmett there, pulled back into the Pioneer zone. 1:22 left to go in the Pioneer power play, racing down the near boards with it. Gaining the zone. Top of the near circle is Armstrong. Armstrong moves outside the near circle, Armstrong. And pulled back, Husick gets it all the way down the ice. 7 minutes left to go here in the third. 2-0, Father Gabriel with the lead. They also have the heavy shot lead, 34-8. Coming down, here comes Pioneer. Sutton gains his own. Sutton outside the far circle, drops it back to the far point. Naughton pulls it away and whistles it all the way down into the Pioneer end. Pioneer back to get it, stopped into the near corner. Sean Stone pulls it back there. Nelson trying to grab it. Down the near boards. Here comes Pioneer down the far boards. They get it over the blue line, over center ice. Coming down with it is Brendan Stone. Brendan Stone trying to poke it away, something like that. Back to the far point. There's a shot by Finn Miller, just goes wide into the near corner. Grabbed by Friedman. Friedman pinned against the boards. Picked up by Commuton back behind. Commuton into the far corner. Commuton trying to dig it out of the far boards. Commuton, centering attempt. That got knocked away. Brendan Stone back outside the far circle. Hamilton tried to get it. 8 seconds left to go in the Pioneer power play. There's a shot. Trying to get through traffic. Wouldn't help. Shot from the far point. Saved by Kelly. 1 second left in the power play for Pioneer. 5:55 left to go here in the third. Face-off will be in the near face-off, or no, far face-off circle. That is going to be to Kelly's right. Nolan Miller in to take the face-off. Naughton on the other side, the puck into the far corner. Husick sending it down the far boards, right back behind, trying to fire it out. Loose on the far circle, Yang trying to get it. He's ridden off the puck. Down the far boards, lifted back. Here comes Husick. Husick moves it down the near boards. Gaining the zone is Naughton, top of the near circle. Naughton trying to get into the slot. Naughton that knocked away. Here comes Armstrong. Armstrong over his own blue line. Armstrong through the neutral zone. That fired back deep into the far corner. Picked up there by David Etter. David Etter down the near boards. Gets it into the neutral zone. Knocked away from Burns. Picked up by Armstrong. Armstrong coming down the neutral zone. Poked right back to his own blue line. Armstrong grabs it there with 5:15 left to go. Picked up right at center. Knocked away by Naughton. Now Emmett had it, but a whistle at 5:11. So the student section using not so Catholic a language over to our right, but that's okay for the Irish. With 5:11 left to go, they expressed their displeasure for that call. As David Etter ends up in the box. Pioneer with the power play. Trying to get to it into the near corner. And it's set high. Sean Stone moves it over. Shot from Finn Miller got deflected. Top of the far circle, moved over, grabbing it. Sean Stone. Back shot. Covered up and grabbed by Kelly. Shot by Commuton from the far point. Kelly with a good save. 4:51 left to go here in the third. 2-0. Irish with the lead. 1:41 left to go in the power play for Pioneer. All they want to do is get the next goal if they can and then see what happens there. But the Irish clear it all the way down the ice. Kresge goes back to get it as he'll go back behind his own goal. As Dunphy back over there trying to make it difficult. The puck down the near boards. And put ahead, picking it up. Hamilton right back behind his own goal. Hamilton coming down the far board. Sean Stone trying to knock it away. Hamilton able to get away from the check. Gains the Pioneer zone. Hamilton with a shot. Saved by Houston. 4:25 left to go here in the third. 2-0. Irish with the lead. Pioneer still has 1 minute 15 seconds left to go on the power play, but the faceoff is in their own zone. Nolan Miller trying to get to it. Shot top of the far circle. Covered up and saved by Houston. 4:21 left to go here in the third. 2-1. Irish with the lead. Nolan Miller in to take the face-off versus Naughton in the far face-off circle. Back to the far point. Jilek with it. Jilek. Back shot that sticked into the near corner by Houston. Picked up there by Armstrong. Armstrong trying to dig it out. And down, trying to pull it away. Here comes Pioneer. Down the near boards, Armstrong with it. Armstrong over center. Armstrong fires it all the way deep down. 50 seconds left to go in the Pioneer power play. Jilek has it into the far corner. Trying to pull it back. Sutton right back behind. Pioneer into the far corner. Nolan Miller moves it back to the far point. Back into the far corner. Sutton with it back behind the goal. Nolan Miller trying to poke it in. Loose and covered up. Kelly with the save. 32 seconds left to go in the power play. 3:42 left to go in the third. Face-off in the far face-off circle. That to Kelly's right. Nolan Miller in there versus Nelson in the far face-off circle. Puck loose, top of the far circle, move back to the far point. Sanborn with it there, takes a shot. That goes into the near corner. All the way back, Sanborn over on the near side. That was Yang trying to get to it, and it fires all the way back. Yang races back, Nelson trying to get to it, Yang. And along the near boards, now picking it up, here comes Pioneer. Trying to move it ahead. As that pulled away, grabbed Yang, gains his own Yang, ridden off the puck into the near corner. Yang trying to put it back to Sutton in the slot, moving in, back in and shot. Oh, great shot by Armstrong and a good save by Kelly. The puck into the far corner, pulled around, rimmed all the way around, held in by Yang at the near point, now pulled away. As coming ahead is Emmett. Emmett, top of the near circle. Emmett with a shot, saved by Houston. Irish back to full strength. 2:53 left to go here in the third. 2-0. Irish with the lead. Face-off in the far face-off, or near face-off circle. Dunphy in to take the face-off. Nolan Miller on the other side. Now Dunphy will skate off the ice. As Naughton will take the face-off versus Nolan Miller. Excuse me, that was Commute into the far corner. Trying to pull it away. The puck loose right back behind. Controlled by Father Gabriel Sharp back to the near point. David. Bounced off of the dasher. Trying to cover it up. Loose and diving on it. It's Houston. As David Etter had it, fired it. That banked off of the dasher and came right back to the edge of the near post, and to cause some issues. Houston able to dive on it, face off in the near face-off circle with 2:37 left to go. Puck back to the near point. David Etter moves it outside the near circle. Burns with the shot, saved by Houston. He sticked it back in along the near boards. Here comes Pioneer down the near boards. Commuting with it. Commuting over center. Commuting gains his own. Commuting outside the near circle, trying to make a move. That tipped away by David Etter. Back into the neutral zone where Burns has it. Burns over center ice. Poked away by Commuting. Picked up by Hamilton. Hamilton top of the far circle, but offsides the call. 2:11 left to go here in the third. 2-1, Irish with the lead. Face-off in the far face-off circle outside the Pioneer zone. Dunphy in to take the face-off. This time it is Nolan Miller on the other side. And puck drifts back, grabbing it. Jilek moves it ahead to Dunphy. Dunphy gains his own. Dunphy, high slot, shot there, moved into the near corner. Picked up by Nelson, knocked around into the near point. Fired right back into the near corner where Rez tries to move it over to Yang. Yang outside the near circle. Yang trying to get it back into the neutral zone. That fired right back in. Rez into the far corner. Nelson coming in to provide pressure. Rez chips it, that into the neutral zone. Fired all the way back deep by Nolan Miller. That'll be icing and headed back the other direction as it was fired from just the wrong side of center ice. 1 minute, 40 seconds left to go. Not sure I want to know what that chant was. 1 minute, 40 seconds left to go here in the third. 2-0, Irish with the lead. Face-off in the far face-off circle. And back to the far point, trying to get it moved over outside the near circle. Coming in, there's a shot by David Etter, and that up into the netting. 1 minute 31 seconds left to go here in the third. Move the face-off into the near face-off circle. That to Houston's right. Dumphy versus Nolan Miller. Poked loose, trying to get to it. Outside the near circle. Now high slot. David Etter puts it into the near corner. Kresge trying to pull that away. Sanborn has it back behind his own goal. Feeds it down the far boards. Here comes Pioneer. That lifted ahead. Yang trying to get to it. That poked away by Husick. Pioneer has to touch up, but it was fired all the way down the ice. That'll be icing and head back into the Irish zone with 1 minute 8 seconds left to go. 38 shots on goal by the Irish, 12 by Pioneer. At least have 6 shots on goal this period, only 1 in the previous period. Looks like it might have been a timeout call by Pioneer. We'll take it with them, play a little push on. Try and get you fired up, get Pioneer fired up, get everybody fired up for the last 1 minute 8 seconds. 1 minute, 8 seconds left to go. Father Gabriel Richard 2-0 with the lead, looking to keep the Father Gabriel Richard banner at the bottom of the Dan Jilek Ann Arbor Cup Champions banner here at the Ann Arbor Ice Cube. They are 1 minute, 8 seconds away from doing so. Pioneer has to get a goal and then see what happens. Father Gabriel Richard has been able to shut them out and only limit them to 12 shots on the big board. Face off to Kelly's right in the far face off circle, commuting out there. Sutton as well as Sean Stone. Sean Stone to take the face off. Kresge, they have the goalie pulled to our right. Empty net for Pioneer as they have 6 attackers in the offensive zone. That into the far corner, trying to grab it. That pulled down. Held in by Pioneer, moving over. Now that back into the neutral zone. Pioneer has to clear the zone with 51 seconds left. And fired deep. Pioneer grabbing, knocked down, being held onto by Kelly. Face-off will be in the far face-off circle to Kelly's right. 47.1 seconds left to go. Sean Stone in to take the face-off. Again, empty net to our left for Pioneer. They have 6 attackers in the offensive zone. As Father Gabriel Richard pulls the puck back behind into the far corner. Houston trying to get it out of the zone. That pulled all the way back. Kresge goes to get it. Kresge in his own zone knocks it back over to Sutton. Sutton makes a move over his own blue line, knocked away. Racing over to get it and fired in as Nelson puts it in for the exclamation point with 28.9 seconds left. 3-0, Father Gabriel Richard with the lead, and with 28.9 seconds left to go, they will win the Dan Jilek Cup, the Ann Arbor Cup. Pioneer won the best in flow. And was able to get over $4,000 worth of donations for the MJR Foundation, making everybody a winner in that competition. Pulling away the puck. Grabbed in along the near boards, picked up, trying to fire it ahead. The puck will come back in along the near boards. Friedman banks it off the far boards. Yang trying to fire it back deep. 13 seconds left to go. Into the far corner, trying to pull it back. Yang has it at the far point. 7 seconds left to go. Yang trying to skate in with it. Yang into the far corner. Yang trying to fire it out in front. Puck goes into the near corner, and that will do it. Father Gabriel Richard wins the Dan Jilek Ann Arbor Cup. as they'll have it for, I believe this is the second year in a row. I believe Ann Arbor had Pioneer had it the 2 years before that. So Pioneer will have to wait another year to try and avenge this cup loss. Congratulations to Father Gabriel Richard on the winning of the Dan Jilek Ann Arbor Cup. Congratulations to Pioneer for winning the Best in Flow, as Pioneer will be back in action coming up this week at the Thursday, 8 o'clock at the Toledo Ice House versus Bedford. We should have that game for you. They have a lovely little balcony they let us up on to broadcast from, so we will have that for you there. Our internet connection's not always great, but we'll do our best to make that happen. Thank you to my camera person, Christina Wiseman. My name is Mark Wiseman. Thank you. Have a wonderful, wonderful rest of your weekend. Take care and have a great night.